government, this type of house prime minister was going was that time. So he was not free hand to take decision. Now Modi government is free to take decision, and also fortunately many ministers are there, uh, good intelligent minister, and intention is also good because yes, Jaishankar, you can see the establishing the relation with the other countries very fastly, and dearly he said India's policies. Actually, you notice that American government was pressuring the India to deny the Russian trade, stop the purchasing the oil gas from Russia. But yes, Jaishankar dearly said that I cannot because this is my need. Energy, our country should how to go forward without energy. What is better to our country? I will choose that. I will not take pressure from America. I will not go take decision in the pressure of America. What is good for our country, I will do. This type of decision and this type of statements had a daring people to say this. And yes, Jaishankar was that.
Yes, sir. And this is also that told that if Europe country purchase petroleum product from Russia,
Yes,
then
he had given the reason that why I'm purchasing. He said that
yes,
European country is purchasing uh, one day. What is purchasing one day oil gas? I'm purchasing in a month, half in a
almost
month.
whole month. Yes, yes,
Yes. So he gave because he's brilliant. He has the reasoning power. So he, he opposition he has the courage to defeat the opposition country or party anywhere.
I think India condition is also like Surendra sir, गलती नहीं करो और भगवान से भी नहीं डरो.
Yes, yes. This is going
Yes.
on in Modi government.
And actually, other countries know that India has a lot of population,
Mhm.
okay, and also a lot of people who are so
Mhm.
maximum country till now trying to how to break India regarding development. Okay, sir.
Yes, as like in the village or cities, if you are going to growing fastly or economically and you uh, gaining your power, then your villagers, some villagers who is in the competition of your, he will try to how to
Down.
get down to you.
Yes, yes, yes.
That is going on same. If like you can see that China is growing fastly in the world, then America is his enemy.
Yes.
Okay.
But China policy is different, sir.
Yes, China's policy. No, China policy is different. I agree with that. But India is growing fastly. After some time, you will. Modi statements also. You notice that Modi said that if you are going to grow, if you are on the way to get success and on the way to become a superpower in the world, many many enemy will stand before you. Many new enemy will be created before you. So it can be seen also that sometimes America also opposed you. His uh, एक परेशानी उसको है कि India's association should be with America. That is why he couldn't sanction on the India. Otherwise, India would get sanction on this behavior when India is purchasing the oil gas through Russia. But here in the Asian region, there is a Quad. Quad means association in which India, Japan, and Australia, and there is four countries, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, America also to round up China to how round up how कैसे घेर सकते हैं चाइना को तो ये जो है क्वाड बना है and there is important part of India in this part is India. That is why if America sanctioned India, then India can be out of Quad's member. So Quad would be Quad would be no power. Then China's it benefit go to China. That is why America cannot sanction India. India knew this. That is why he is there to say the statement that I am not going to uh, take decision in the pressure of America.
And I think Pakistani Prime Minister also say that wow, what the power of India? They are really freedom. You know, during this conversation regarding Russia petroleum
Yes,
product purchase or no,
country is now currently
so your sound is some
Pakistani
disturbance.
president is better, like Imran Khan in India. Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yes, now your sound is okay, sir. So, Surinder sir, nowadays, I think, what are you think
Yes.
regarding till now? Maximum state has only Congress and BJP, but nowadays, AAP government is also trying to start their election. As as example, in Delhi state, 100% Bahmat. In Punjab state, 100% Bahmat.
Mhm.
Now they are trying in Gujarat state also. So what are you think, Surinder sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, definitely. Congress status is yes, Congress status is going to below, and
Decrease day
voter
by
of
day.
Congress party is moving to the up party. Yes, Congress what voter is moving to up party because Congress is decreasing at the position at this moment. Congress is going to worse condition. There is no voter left, and voter of the Congress party who were voting Congress now is moving to AAP party because AAP is growing. AAP has some good decision in Delhi, and in Delhi you can see that many secular people is living that has intervened intervenous नए नस में घुल गया है दिल्ली पीपल के
Yes.
what policy was going on. I am secular. I am secular. So center place was Delhi. Then people of Delhi was totally secular people, and that is why they choose the party up, because up is not taking uh, partly decision to Hindu or Muslim, and but now BJP better position in the better position, but now is up is trying to get position, but I think it not seen in future that going to take place of the BJP, near future
Yes,
not.
sir. And I think current time is also good for app
Yes,
for
yes, I
growing,
agree.
growing day by day, day by day. So I think not 2024, but 2028, Arvind Kejriwal will be also try for PM
No,
post. I think.
yes, yes, because how fast how fast Congress is decreasing, th- that is with that speed up will be growing, है ना? जितने तेजी से कांग्रेस नीचे जाएगा उतने तेजी से आप ऊपर आएगा। कांग्रेस वही दैट इज द बीजेपी वोटर इज नॉट गोइंग एनीवेयर, बीजेपी वोटर इज इंक्रीजिंग नॉट डिक्रीजिंग।
Yes.
Yeah, and Congress and regional parties voter is now moving to our party because they see that our party is growing and they uh, giving competition to the BJP. Actually, mostly people are in the up party are Muslim voter, and the Muslim voter is now uh, new that who is the against strongly uh, from BJP of BJP, and it looked that the up party is strongly stand against BJP. That is why people choose up party.
So app government, app party think like Delhi model in every state. Bijli bill free, water free. What are you think regarding this? This is okay or
Yes,
not?
sir. No, no, no. Uh, up anywhere. I think up policy, what is going on, would not get success in UP and would not get success in, I think, in Bihar,
Yes,
in
because
some
I
states
think
where there are liberal people. Yes.
Surendra sir,
In Gujarat, in also, he
Goa, I
yes,
think
yes,
Goa
yes.
in Goa
Please
also,
continue.
in Goa also.
Yes, go in Goa, where Christianity and Muslims are in major part, then their party can grow. In actually in Delhi, there are a lots of Muslim and Christian people are also there. That is why up has grown up in Delhi. And in Goa, up party can grow up, and not in Gujarat. You will see the result. In Gujarat, he is not going to grow. He will get some chance to stand against, but he is not going to make a government.
Yes, something is better than nothing type. Our
Yes,
will
this type of.
our position will increase in Gujarat in any state. They will they will present then of course
Mhm,
their popularity will be increased.
mhm.
But yes, it's a good for. I think it's a good for his party, his up career because I think now opposition of those people not interested regarding BJP, then they have a good option up party instead of Congress party.
party is in the hurry, जल्दबाजी में, how
Yes.
to get chance to establish government, and he is offering the leadership to the bad leader. You can say that many Muslim leader who cause of the uh, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, clash was going on in Delhi, uh, Jamia Nagar, and anywhere. And behind that clash was up leader. You have heard this time. Uh, Behind that clash, only one person of party, and many leader of party criminal, not small type regional.
Yes. Our party popularity is far better than Nitish Kumar party, Mulayam Singh party, Mamata Banerjee party, a lot of regional party in our country. But in national level, I like Congress and BJP. After both party, our party is increasing day by day.
Yes,
I
yes,
like
our
national
party is
party.
increasing.
Yes.
It is so. Yes.
And I think Surinder sir Kejriwal has also more time because his age is also not as like senior citizen. So he has time also.
Hmm.
Yes. So
So,
Surinder sir, what are you think regarding one nation, one time election
what
versus current scenario? Current.
do now? There is nobody. Yes, yes, I agree with that decision. One nation, one time election is good because a lot of economy, benefit is there. Yeah. Uh, if one time is election is going on there, then all uh, in there are a lots of MLA and many more election. Extra time would be included, so no extra expense would be there. So a lot of money would be saved by this decision.
Because we see that a lot of leaders time
Hello,
spent
Pankaj bhai.
regarding election.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
yes,
Suppose our PM one third time explain regarding election because every month
yes, yes. Always there is election in every
our
year.
country,
Yes, leaders are engaged in that. Uh, that process that he has to go where election is going on, and here Prachari advertisements uh, should be there. Yeah.
But what
Okay,
are you
sir.
think regarding Surinder sir? If one-time election will be provided by our government, then what are you think regarding as like central government chance and state government chance of government is equal, or it will be same as like current scenario?
No, as like going on, the impact on decision would not be changed. Um, impact is will be same, but economically is better. This is better. Hmm? Not going to voter to vote.
Yes.
Yes, voter will vote where they decided. But in this decision, for the this country is it better. This decision better for this country because there are a lots of wasting money uh, when in every month, in every year, there are elections, and in election there are a lots of prachar process, and
I think it will be
uh,
good for
many.
our country also, because not only
Yes,
money, it's a time taking also.
yes. So through this decision we can save our money.
Money and time also of our leader, of our government staff, and our people also. Good morning, Deepak ji. Hello.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone.
So, Deepak ji, today our topic is one nation, one election versus current election.
Okay. So I'm totally in favor of one nation, one election. So I will be in the motion, not against the motion. So what other guys have to say on one nation, one election? When you say one nation, one election, that means at the very same
One time
time there will
means
be
yes,
only one
CM
election, right?
CM post will be also present and PM post will also present. So
Yeah.
time, because all we know that every month we see that
Yeah. So you are telling
sometimes
so you are telling only at a time there will be legislative election and also the Lok Sabha election, right?
yes,
Totally in favor of that, yes, because that will save the resource, and will be it will be kind of saving the people's time as well. People we are because at one time you just have to travel at your place and you can give vote at the very same time, so you can exercise your vote power. What others have to say?
yes,
Hi,
Surinder sir. Yes, yes, Pooja ma'am, please.
uh, hi. Good morning, everyone. Pankaj sir, the today's topic is one nation, one election, and then what you said?
Yes, one nation, one time election versus
Mm-hmm.
current running
Okay,
election.
running. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So one time means one time in a once in a
Mean,
year or in a 5 year or one time means
So in a
yes, mean,
5 years,
means central
there will be only
means
one election.
PM election and CM election time is same year, same.
so
At the
PM
same
and
time,
C. Yeah.
let me explain here if you are getting confused.
Yes.
Okay, because this has been already a hot topic earlier. uh, so in this what will happen, for example, currently uh, there will be an election in Gujarat, right?
Yes.
Gujarat election is going on, right? So what will happen again after 2 years? There will be election in India. That will be a Lok Sabha election, which we are going to select our uh, MPs, and then the MP will select the prime minister of this country. So again, the election is being of we have around 29 states, right? Is it 29
Yes.
Yes.
states? Okay. And no, I believe now it has come to 28
28.
again because
Huh.
yeah, 28 states. And then we have uh, union territories as well. Okay. So 28 states, I believe, in a year, like for example, in 2017 or 2022, okay, uh, the there are 4 to 5 states which is having the same time. The elections are going at the very same time, in the very same year and same month as well. So again, after 2 years, there will be some other state going under the election. Again, there will be some other state again after year. So in this case, what happens? Like you will be having election uh, here and there every now and then. That creates a lot of problems. So because you have to move here and there, your police forces and all. So what will happen uh, when we say one nation, one election? That means in that very same year, for example, you are from Maharashtra, so you are going to elect your MLA, Amdar, we call it, right? And you are going to elect MP. You are going to vote for MP as well. You call Khasdar, right? Okay. So MLA
Exactly.
is
Very sir.
Vidhayak,
Yes.
and the MP is your Sansad. In Marathi or in Konkani we call it Amdar and Khasdar. So there will be at the very same time go into the voting place, and you just have to select your two candidate. One is for your local MLA, member of Legislative Assembly, and the other one will be for the member of Parliament. So at the same time, you are electing both of them. Okay. But at the current situation, you guys don't do that like that, right? The timings are different for Maharashtra Legislative Assembly election and India's Lok Sabha election, right? So the one nation, one election means at the same time, on the very same day, you're going to elect both your MP and MLA. So you can cast your vote. Did you get the point, Pooja?
Yes, and one more. What about the corporators? Corporators is included in this Amdar MLAs, no?
That will be a
Corporate.
local bodies, right? I don't think local bodies are included in that. Okay. So I'm pretty not sure about that. But
Yes.
one nation, one election is uh, actually I believe for only specific for MLA and MPs. But if they elect uh, the like corporator or councillor, whatever you say, right? And in villages there will be a panchayat. We call it panch, and then
Ha,
sarpanch.
ha, yes, yes, got it.
So that can be. I'm not sure whether this is included in the topic or not.
Okay. So from my perspective, I'm I'm not agree with this one nation one election because in a 5 years I can spend 2 days for not two from 2 days 2 hours to go and elect to give vote. So you are thinking from your perspective that my time will save, my energy will save, but you have to
Not only my
think of
time, my energy. I'm talking about nation's resource will be
yeah,
also get.
but for that management they required some people, this required some electronic gadgets, instrument, and everything, administration and manpower, lot of things required. So they required a time to smoothly work in particular state, so that, and some prototype is there, so they after one state success they can implement a second, implement the same things in another state. So I think so, one nation one election, I don't think so. The current scenario, I'm with favor of current scenario.
Okay. What
So
about Pankaji?
Yes, as per my view, one time election will be good for our nation because
Okay, so
practically we see that.
when you
I
talk about
think
Pooja, when you talk about resources, when you manpower will be the same. There is no need to increase the manpower, right? Because manpower will not be increased because the same people will be there for each and every elections. Only the thing is the machinery, the EVM machine, you will have to increase one separate for MLA and one separate for MP. So that machine will be definitely it will be requiring you need to add a little more machine, but manpower will be you don't have to include more manpower because it's one and the same. The power will be the same people, same police forces, and the same number count of uh, the officials, the whoever sitting in the house. So that doesn't require any additional forces, that is for sure.
okay, but I enjoy
But yeah,
election days. So
but I believe But I believe, yes, you cannot implement at the very same time everywhere. There should you should be like kind of what I say. Uh, you should go step by step. That is what I can agree with you. At the very same time, you cannot do pan India. No, select few states and then accordingly you see if things goes okay or not, or if any hurdles comes in between, and how to get rid of that hurdle that is there.
and at the same time, there are some other conditions also in each state. There may be some holidays, there's maybe some festivals, there may be some other
climate,
state-wise
climate
holidays.
also, climate is
Climate,
also.
yes, climate also. So you cannot implement on all over India at the same time, same thing. So I enjoyed both the elections, both the days and both voting. So I like to vote two times in a 5 years. So I am in favor of this current scenario.
But practically, Puja ma'am, we see that our suppose example in election time in Himachal Pradesh some days before, and right now preparing for Gujarat election. So practically, we see that our PM time, I think, if we calculate whole year, then one third time they expand regarding election.
Yeah.
If one
That
time
is
election will
also there,
be
So
one
he
time
will be
election,
going here and there to just give his speeches and all. So a lot of times is being spent in this prachar only.
Yes, but yeah, but this is the only thing na we met those peoples. We hardly met those peoples. So this is the I think so. We have also got a chance to meet, and they also have a chance to prepare and something say about our locality. So both the things, and I think so. From my perspective, one day and 2 hours in a one day 2 hours I can spend, and if people are staying in another state, then in a 5 years at least two times they can go their home. So this is also another fine this is also another fine way that they can meet their family members. So I'm with this current scenario.
good morning, Naveen ji. Hello, Naveen ji. But Pooja ma'am, I have also one small example. If we need to purchase some grocery item, then we need to go one time in market because we can't want to purchase rice one time and then other materials second time, then other
So
materials third time.
yes, grocery we are purchasing on a daily basis, and this activity is in five once in a 5 year or a twice in a 5 year. So twice in a 5 years you can manage, na? And twice in a 5 years you have time to think who is the uh, you have a time who is the right candidate. So you also have a sufficient time who is the right candidate, and you can also go and vote accordingly.
Yes, a vote will become every 5 years, ma'am. Not before 5 years, but time will be
Um,
same. Means PM,
uh,
Prime Minister
Pankaj,
post.
I have a one very interesting thought. Just this is just came into my mind today. Nowadays people are marriage proceedings are also, marriage functions are also going for at least 2 days, one for our traditional rituals, and second is for receptions. 2 days marriage function is also going on, so this is the
That is
our
once in a
nation
lifetime.
yeah, function.
That is
So
once in a lifetime.
yes. Yes, but this is also five 5 years function na. So we can spend na. And every person is spending at least 2 days on his marriage ceremony, so he can spend twice, just 2 hours in a twice in
But
a 5 years.
but if we think as like nation level, means not only two times. Means if 28 states, means 28 times for CM post election and one time for PM post election. And if we are living in city, then corporate election also. And if we living in village, then village election is also different. Like Mukhia,
So mostly,
Sarpanch.
yeah. So mostly, what Pooja, we are just trying to put forward our point in the sense of if you see, people are not getting affected much, but the treasury, the the dent on the Indian treasure, that is getting affected. So usually indirectly we are also getting affected. So I'm just trying to tell, I can go not only twice, I can go more than 4 times to give vote in a 5 year. That is not a problem for me. But the nation's wealth, which is being put behind this particular to organize this election, that is a huge amount. For example, if I'm putting in money, uh, for the same thing, I'm putting the money for twice or thrice, so my wealth will decreased. Okay. So in terms of wealth, if you think, if you are organizing the same thing in 5 years, 3 4 times, then the amount of whatever we have saved, we have collected from the people, because that is nation's wealth, that is the amount which is being collected, it is being from you and me, which we pay
Like
taxes,
public money.
public money. Anything you buy in India, you are going to pay the tax. Anything, even a small chocolate also considers a small chunk amount of your tax, which is going to India's treasure. So that is affected, not people's uh, time, that is also affected. But most of the people are okay with that. They will say, okay, I don't have any problem, because that comes uh, once or twice in 5 years. Okay, so I can definitely go. But think about, for the same process, you are deploying your resources 2 or 3 times in 5 years. That can be completed within in one time, but you are making it 3 times or 4 times. So again, you are deploying the same police forces, you are going to pay them, the election commission of India is going to pay them. Okay. And that will be affecting the India's total wealth, and that will get decreased. So that is what the main concern over here is, when you say one nation, one uh, election. So that is the main idea behind, is to reduce the expenditure on election, which is quite high right now. So in that way, it will be drastically reduced instead of getting increased, like we have it in a normal scenario.
Um, uh, One thing I would like to add here, Deepakji, uh, when there is a election in one state, at that time also there are so many frauds are happening. So you can see the EVM machines, they are making some errors in EVM machine, so and frauds in EVM machine. So they could not handle one state election at a time, because there is some fraud that we heard some that is
That
in
is
some.
that is the chances of error is 0.1%. The chances of error. It is not
But yeah,
from 2014. That is also a propaganda of opposition, right? From 2014 till 2022. Tell me how many such incidents have occurred where they have told that, okay, the machine is malfunction. Hardly 2 3 times, that's it. Rest all the times it's a machine, right? It can go, it can have a malfunction, because that is an electronic machine. But before putting that into service, there is a very stringent procedure to check the electronic machine. And in that, they invite every party leader. Okay, and they show it to them. See, this is the machine. Come on, come here, check. You can do anything. You can check the machine. Okay, and they are going to check the machine. They are going to put the vote for each and everyone. They are going to show the VVPAT. Okay, the verification slip which you get, which you also can see when you, for example, last time I voted one of the party. When I clicked on that particular button, I saw a slip coming out, showing the party symbol and the name. So that confirms that whatever I pressed, okay, the same slip has come. And while counting the machines, whatever the numbers, they also match the slip as well. For example, 400 votes are there, then 400 slips should also be there. That gives you more accuracy. For example, BJP and Congress. For example, BJP got 400 votes, Congress got 380. Then there will be total 780 slips. 400 in favor of BJP, 380 in favor of Congress. So, so I think we should be very smart enough to think what the opposition is blaming against the ruling party. We should also think, because I have seen Aam Aadmi Party doing in their Delhi Legislative Assembly. They brought the machine and they tweaked the machine. When you say tweak, in the sense they removed the machinery part and they designed by themselves. In that way, anything can be tweaked. Okay, so I think the malfunctions is very normal. It can happen with any particular machine. Okay, and but but you should be assured, like, whenever they put that particular EVM machine into production or in the service, before putting that, they invite each and every party and they show it to them. This is the machine. You can test it. And if that machine fails in that test, that machine will not be considered. Okay. So so in that case, I totally disagree with the malfunctions or they see fraud and all. It hardly happens. Only when you say fraud, and when you say theft, these two things are different. Theft in the sense, they are going to, like in what happened in West Bengal. There were some like rowdy elements, I would say anti-social elements. They took the EVM machine. Okay, they destroyed it. They bought the election people, whoever. They threatened them. They tried to kill them. There was a lot of violence went over there. So in that way, that is a totally different case. But I think EVM is quite safe, you know, and EVM is not going, or we are not using EVM for since 2014. I remember I voted in 2010 in Goa. Okay, it is in 10 or 12, I guess 12. Yes, in 12 in Goa, and that was also EVM machine. And at that time, Congress came into they came into power. Okay, and then in 2017, BJP came into power, and again in 2021, again 22, BJP came into power. So it's just the propaganda of the opposition party claiming that the EVM machine is not correct and all. So not used since 2014. It is being used way back in 2007, I believe. No.
Okay. And the treasury, you are saying that we have to spend a lot of money because of the elections are twice in a 5 years. But I don't think so, because when we elect the candidate, he's he their budget to spend on more construction or on more projects is much higher than the election cost. So we can afford this two times election, but we can't afford the way they are going to spend on new projects for well-being of people. So, and I think so, we need some time to think uh, ki who is the right candidate. So time is required to think, and even for as an individual, I required a time to think who is the right candidate. So government will require some time to implement this administration. So for from their perspective, time management and overall administration management, they have to go step by step. And from
Poojaji, I tell that India has got a lot of manpower and a lot of intelligent guys sitting in Delhi. You remember we had a huge COVID outbreak, and India being one of the most populous country, we were the very first one to complete the vaccination. Imagine 1 billion people. How did they manage within this short time? So there is no lack of manpower in India, and there is no, uh, I would say, when it comes to putting their heads behind this uh, and setting up such kind of logic, because India has got enough manpower and enough brilliant people sitting in Delhi, so those guys are enough to make this happen. These IS officers and all these secretaries, all these guys, they are brilliant. So, and they have enough thinking capabilities. They know what exactly needs to be done. It takes time, but remember, like how the vaccination drive went. Within a year, 1 billion people was vaccinated. Is that not a big feat? Is that not a huge achievement? 1 billion people being vaccinated. 1 billion people were connected through the app. Everyone, and this was all digitization process, right? All it was digitized. There was no paperwork at all. You have your Aadhaar card. That is again one nation, one card which you get, and using that Aadhaar card, you can take vaccination anywhere in the India. It is not only limited to your local area. I went to Bihar. I took the second vaccination in Bihar, and the first vaccination I took in Goa. So is that not a big achievement for this country? And we should say the administrative work was fabulous. It was done by the central government of India. So again, I think one nation, one election. It won't take much time if there is a will and determination. If they think of doing that, they can do it. Remember demonetization? One night, in one night, they did it everything. Yeah, there was a huge problem at all. That is again a topic which is debatable. But imagine one night he's coming and he's saying that the 500 and 1000 note will be discontinued after 8 p.m. So I think this decision won't take much time to get implemented. uh, and they have huge thing going on. They know how to process such things. So I would say, bigger than this, things have already happened successfully in India. You know, so I would say, okay, you think that it can take time, but I think if Modi decides it, and if he gives a go ahead, then I believe it will not take much time. No, it will. They
Yes,
are
I
going to
think
carry it
because
very forward.
after 75 years of freedom, it's a lot of time. Not a,
Yeah, he already told that in way back in 2016 or 17, one nation, one election. So I believe it's 5 years. So they must be implementing in the background. They must be thinking about that in the background. And they are also going to bring the population control bill. So there is a lot of things, because India is a very complex uh, country which has every 100, 200 kilometers, the language is being changed, the way they speak, the the food and all, everything is getting changed, so keeping everyone's sentiment intact and not get hurt, because after all they are political party, they don't want to lose the vote of any community, so they have to consider each and everything. So that might take little time to understand, but not in terms of building a logic and all. It shouldn't take much time to them, but they have to read the minds of different people, different community, because everyone has got a different thinking. Okay, but in the nation's interest, I believe one nation, one election will be very, very, I would say, very successful, because it should be done as soon as possible, because India's economy, we need to make it a trillion billion dollar. uh, So in that in that case, I believe India should be taking that particular path forward, and bring as soon as possible this particular uh, uh, bill, or the rule, or whatever uh, you say it, one nation, one election, because that is going to save a huge chunk amount of the money, which we are spending in election.
so Navinji, what are I think regarding today topic, one nation, one time election versus current election process? Navinji, Aryan? Yes, ma'am. I think it will be take some time, but I hope after some time it will be implemented because it's a so
Actually, I want to ask Deepak ji one question, but he left.
I think they will
uh,
come.
Okay, the question was कि how will he recollect all those words? You know, he said कि no one sentiment should be hurted. No, because when we are speaking in English, na, we don't recollect all these words, right word, right time. So I just want to ask him that question. How will recollect all those words? But he left. Because no,
Okay,
we
ma'am.
sometimes we get stuck in while speaking, so but he never stuck. He take a pause, but he never he maybe he stuck, but
Actually,
if
he is living in out of India, na, so he know very well about the everything in India. Right now, not in he's not live in India. So
No, no.
actually, he know very well everything in India, what happening and what is the strength and weaknesses. That's why he's telling me.
So Navinji, what's your opinion?
One Rashtra, one nation is our government implementation is good. And Deepak ji also told us कि you take the medicine, COVID medicine, COVID vaccinations anywhere, but mm, you have a Aadhaar card. So I have also take the booster dose in this location. This is a very tough location. Then I have got easily due to I have Aadhaar card. So government implementations in great way. Day by day, our India is rapidly progress every field. Not in road, you can say in space also.
No, no. But today our topic is one nation, one time election versus current
One time election
routinely
is not,
election.
I think, according to me, one time election is not successful in our India. Actually, every 5 years, all state is one demand, one choose the one CM every state. But it is not possible. You can take the one time election in whole over the India due to you have a uh, so many responsibility. You can take the many of decisions, many of protections for uh, anything like your people responsibilities mishappening during the election time. Many of mishappening is going on every state, so it is not possible according to me.
So you are also in favor of Puja ma'am also support
Yes,
one
I'm also
nation.
supporting current scenario.
Yes, yes.
नहीं मैम, हो नहीं सकता ना, वन टाइम पॉसिबल ही
हाँ,
नहीं है।
yes, yes.
अब ये
And
आप जो बोल रहे
sorry.
थे कि वो ईवीएम मशीन का चेंजेस होता है, अब ये सब पॉसिबल नहीं है मैम। एक्चुअली प्रीवियसली जब बैलेट पेपर था तो उस समय छाप लेते थे आदमी जाके, बट इट इज राइट नाउ इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल।
Yes, but in my locality, in Maharashtra, I heard that there's some software engineers done some manipulation in EVM machine, and then
एक्चुअली अपोजिशंस वाले व्हेन ही गेट द loser, then he uh, make the fake excuses or make the fake वर्ड की ईवीएम मशीन हैक कर लिया, ये कर लिया, वो कर लिया। बट प्रीवियसली उनकी सरकार थी तो फिर वो नहीं बोलेंगे। उस समय भी ईवीएम से ही जीते थे उन्होंने। तो
but
काफी सारे
at the
चेंजेस होते हैं।
yes, and at the same time, so many oppositions and so many leaders you have to handle. So
हम्म,
government should go step by step.
इलेक्शन कमीशन बहुत बड़ी चीज है, बहुत बड़ी ऊपर की चीज है।
Yes, yes.
हम्म, गवर्नमेंट भी
Pankaj
इसी
ji,
से
and
चलती
I'm
है।
sorry because I joined late today. So
No issue,
you have
ma'am.
started lecture.
Yes, yes,
You have started lecture in the early morning.
yes. Five actually no. After 5:45, Surendra sir join.
Okay.
And my
Continue.
phone is also switch off, so I was unable to join on time.
Yes, Naveen ji, please try to recharge your phone in night.
No, actually, I wake up 5 o'clock and then I talk with our family. But he's already after that, I don't know what happening. My phone is switch off. After a long time, I have
Because
take the
Naveen ji,
charge.
we are trying to provide it's a daily, everyday session. Na? So some people need to present.
Yeah,
But
And Pankaj ji, you did not added me, and you did not add me in the WhatsApp
sorry,
group.
ma'am. Now I will add you, ma'am, in WhatsApp group.
Pankaj ji has lots of responsibility, ma'am. Actually, he he look after his family in Pune. Also, he is doing job in accounts. He know very well about the what accounts में काफी सारे ये होते हैं वो। मैं भी थोड़ा थोड़ा तो जानता ही हूँ अकाउंट्स के बारे में, a little bit,
But
not more and
but
more.
Naveen ji, Pooja ma'am is chartered accountant, so she is
हाँ।
master in
No, it's
finance
not
So
and
like.
ma'am, actually,
finance
I
and
have a question. I have a question. Actually, what is the difference between chartered accountant and accountant?
Chartered accountant is all over India. There is a one institute, the ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and they are
Hmm.
providing professional certification. So
Okay.
professional certification 4 years course, and in that course they guide you. They You have to study everything. You have to do 3 years articleship training. That is a practical training under chartered accountant, where you involve in core uh, accounting activity plus your government related forms submissions and all those, not one,
What
just
is the
one particular activity. The whole how the things from basic to up to finalization up to return filing, everything you have to learn there. And in core accountant, you are doing only one activity repeatedly every day. For example, core accountant may be doing accounting of purchase, or accounting of a sale, or
Hmm.
accounting of a receipt, they are doing one particular activity repeatedly. So
Yeah.
chartered
Actually, I am
accountant.
also using an uh, uh, Prime account in Prime, uh, Tally Prime.
Ha
So
ha,
we are
yes, yes,
using,
software. This is Tally Prime
yeah, Tally
software.
Prime. I am using the sale, purchase, receipt, contra voucher. यही सब दिन भर करते रहता हूँ, पता नहीं मैं
Yes,
तो।
but chartered accountant main chartered accountant main duty is to review all these things. So
Yeah,
he reviews, and he has that signing authority. Once he has signed
authority,
your
right?
books of accounts, na, so nobody even your Supreme Court will also not make any question on those books of accounts,
Actually,
because
you have some number, na? You have chartered accountants
yes,
and you have
membership
some
number
number,
we have.
number.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we have
As
to
like
put
जब
it.
doctor.
सीए साइन करके भेजता है तो मैं
Yes,
वो
yes,
जीएसटी बिल रिटर्न करते हैं तो वो साइन करके देते हैं मेरे को।
yes. That membership number we have to put on every signed balance sheet and profit. The only chartered accountant have that authority to sign balance sheet and profit and loss account, financial statement in
So
India.
this is only for uh, companies, na? You have seen
No,
that
no.
you have a
There is a some slab. So, if your business turnover is more than 40 lakhs, 1 crore, there are some slabs. When you come under that slab, you have to get all the books of accounts audited by a chartered accountant.
ओके, चलिए पता नहीं हम लोग कब, अब तो खत्म हो गए कब चार्टेड
No,
अकाउंटेंट का।
yeah, it's just a question of passion. If you are very passionate
या
in this, or and very
तो
more much
क्या
interested.
क्या खर्चे क्या आते हैं मैम? एक्चुअली समवन इज इंटरेस्टेड टू डू द चार्टेड अकाउंटेंट, so what he do in,
Naveen sir, you will surprise. Chartered accountancy course is the most cheapest course in all the courses. Yes, yes. And many of the students are pursuing this course because just there is no huge expenditure. So, and more poor people, not poor, but middle class and below middle class people, students are pursuing this course. Even I'm also middle class family, and I want to pursue doctor. I want to become a doctor, but due to some my marks, I got a little bit less marks, and that admission process that will take huge deposits and amount. So I switched to this commerce side, and then I thought, okay, let's do something more
So, ma'am,
highest level of qualification in.
so ma'am,
Yes,
your
sir.
your plus two is science background.
Yes, I want to become a doctor, but I hadn't got that. I got some less marks in 10th standard, so uh, I chose this commerce field.
Second option.
Yes, second option.
That's good.
Yes. And in CFA field, registration fees is high, hardly 5 to 10,000 for the first year, and second, and they will provide you all materials. But then you can do self study or online YouTube classes. Free YouTube classes are there on online, or you can join private classes also. Private classes fees depend on the where you are located, but not more for per subject 4 or 5,000, and there are only 4 subjects. So whole course 3 years 4 years course you can complete in 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh is more than enough, even with classes, and without classes 50,000 is more than enough.
So, ma'am, you
But
completed
see, but
charter accountant in Pune city, na? In
Yes,
Pune.
Pune city. Yes,
Pankaj sir is also live in Pune, no?
yes, Pune.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
proper Punekar. I never leave left Pune.
yes. Pooja ma'am living in Viman Nagar.
No, no, Shivaji Nagar, and my job is
Shivaji.
in Viman Nagar.
Okay. I
तो
am living in
पुणे तो
Hadapsar
काफी
Nagar.
अच्छी सिटी है एक्चुअली. मेनी ऑफ पर्सन डूइंग जॉब इन पुणे इन आईटी सेक्टर ना.
Yes, yes,
पुणे
Pune
एंड
is IT
बैंगलोर.
hub, IT hub and education hub. All over India, all the students are coming here to pursue chartered accountancy, UPSC, MPSC examinations.
तो
So,
सर एक और
in
था ना पुणे में, एक और था ना, क्या नाम था वो भी तो, एमएलसी कंपनी में जॉब कर रहा था ना, भूल ही गया.
Deepak.
नहीं नहीं, एक और रमन ना, क्या नाम था, वो ज्वाइन करता था डेली. ही ज्वाइन ऑन डेली बेसिस.
Ranjan.
हाँ, रंजन रंजन, या मिस्टर रंजन इज आल्सो डूइंग जॉब इन पुणे.
Yes,
पुणे तो बड़ा अच्छी सिटी है.
they are doing job after BTech. His background is IT software. So I think Pooja ma'am, those people working in IT department, their English or communication skill is very good. because
Yes.
because they are every day connect connected with our US people.
Yes, yes. Most of the time they are speaking out of the India people, so
Yes.
they're yeah.
Communication skill is very strong.
Yes.
But you need in every field in CA. If you are doing a job, yeah, your company is also your company is also hire 2 से 3 CA in a company. Our company is also hired 2 CA in our project office. माने वो
Actually,
तो कॉर्पोरेट में ही
CA has
मैम
also
रहते हैं वो लोग, तो
two
कॉर्पोरेट
types of work, na
तो
ma'am?
इसलिए.
So, sorry, sir.
CA has also two types of work, as like a staff in any company, and they have right to practice also.
Yes, yes. One you can select one option. Either you can practice, or you can select as a independent practitioner CA, or you can select a job option. So, in case of an independent practitioner, you have a right to sign the balance sheet and financial statements. And in case of a job who is doing a job, he has
तो
no right to sign balance sheet and profit and loss account.
ओहो, अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा. अगर if you are employee, then you can't sign the balance sheet.
No, yes, because the related party, you will be more connected with your employer, na, that time.
या या सो
So,
एक्चुअली हाँ, मैंने यही देखा, इंटरमीडिएट पोस्ट पे रखते हैं उनको, मतलब जब नीड होती है तो रिटेनरशिप होता है ना, रिटेनरशिप जॉब जितना दिन जाइए उतना दिन पैसा.
yes,
तो you can work with many company also.
yes,
रिटेनरशिप जॉब you can take
हाँ,
the more and more company. तो
yes.
आप भी मैम वैसे करते हो कि you are employee या you are a freelancer?
No, I'm employed because for freelancing you have some basic background. At least your father or your brother
Okay.
or someone in your family should be there from this background. So he has some network. He has collected some clients. So on those
Hmm.
basis of those network and client, you can grow. But alone, if you are growing, it will take time.
Actually,
So
in one yearly, actually one yes, audit team also visit in our office for accounting purpose. Every year he audit in our office and check the all balance sheet to matlab expenditures and all things. After that he sign, then it is okay. Audit is okay every year. ये साइट पे किस तरह का ऑडिट होता है इनका सीए का?
Yes, yes. Everything you need to cross check during audit
ओके.
time.
Yes, and a particular time is there. So before within that time you have to submit to the government. So most of the due dates are common to all the people. So there they also have no time to thoroughly scrutinize all the accounts. So what companies are doing, they are hiring internal auditors. So on a routine basis, they can check all the things and point out uh, all
Yes, ma'am.
errors. Yes, all errors or where vulnerable things or where we can say chances of errors are there, they can point out all, they can rectify all the things at the same time. So most of the company are hiring internal cs, and for the just for the government purpose, not for government, well compulsory they have to sign balance sheet and financials with from professional from independent chartered accountant practitioners.
So practically, we see that a lot of charter accountant, first of all, doing job as like 5 years, 7 years, and then after they
Yes,
select as like practice because
yes,
they're
yes, they can. Yes.
yeah, because one of my student is charter accountant is also living in Mumbai, and they are also completed 5 years job in Wipro company like, and then after now they decide for do practice.
Yes. Because,
ठीक है सर.
yeah, yes. Thank you,
And as
Naveen.
like doctor, I
Time
think
of
it's charter accountant is also as like generation by generation. Means father.
Yes. Yes, generation by
नहीं
generation.
सर,
Yeah.
ऐसे अब जैसे सीए हुए, जैसे चार्टेड अकाउंटेंट हो जाता है तो बहुत बड़ा ये हो जाता है ना कि अरे सीए है भाई साहब, पूरा पता है इसको कहाँ कहाँ कौन
Yes.
पैसा रखा हुआ है.
Yes.
चलिए, if you I need any types of in finance, then I will let you
Sure.
know.
Sure, sure. Yes.
एक्चुअली मैं तो खुद से ही भर लेता हूँ जो भी है अपना
Income
क्या
tax return.
इनकम. हाँ.
इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न
या
कर लेते हैं ना नवीन जी.
हाँ, एक बार मैंने आपको बोला था तो फिर मैंने यूट्यूब से देख के भर लिया था, सैलरी पार्ट का फिर अदर पार्ट.
Yes, you received it from 16, then it's take only 2 to 5
हाँ
minutes.
हाँ, फॉर्म 16 में कितना मैंने पैसा अर्न किया था कंपनी से वो डाल दिया
Uh,
था,
uh,
और बाकी जो अदर इनकम में एग्रीकल्चर्स है और क्या क्या है, जब अगर ज्यादा हो रहा है तो पैसा बचा लिए थोड़ा सा, 5-7 हजार रुपया आ गया तो मेरा सेविंग दिखा दिया था. बढ़िया है यार. सीए जॉब एज लाइक है मास्टर माइंड है, अकाउंट्स का, मैथमेटिक्स का मास्टर माइंड, देन यू कैन डू द जॉब ऑफ सीए. सिर्फ पैसा ही पैसा.
but compared to Navin ji, doctor and engineering post, chartered
हम्म.
accountant is very, really very cheap and very quality degrees provided by government. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, quality
Because
degrees. Yes.
yes, because we see that if any student want to doctor, they need to expend a lot of money.
Yes.
या
If any person want to engineer, they need to expend a lot of money. But chartered accountant is
And
Power
our
is
institute also giving scholarship or those who are very brilliant
yes.
but could not pursue, could not take admission, so uh, uh, they will not charge any fees from student for taking admission. Just they have to submit their mark sheets and their income status, then they accept their registration. So that will not be a. And books you will find, you will get for online download, you can download, and also hard copy form books are there, but that is included in your registration fees, everything. And exam fees are also hardly 1 to 3,000, not more than this. Exams are twice in a year, and exam fees are 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, but not more than 3,000.
But as per my view, ma'am, I like advocate. You have also need to update with our time to time. Means before GST, VAT, CST, service tax, etc. But
Yes,
Yeah,
nowadays
yes.
GST
It's
exactly.
implementation.
it's
Every time
introduced.
income tax department also implement some rules regulations time to time.
Yes,
Accountant also need to
yes.
update
Update and
every time.
improvement you required with everything
Yes.
because
एक सर एक मैम ये होता है लोअर डिडक्शन सर्टिफिकेट, ये क्या होता है?
uh, government has already benchmarked some rates. So if you are a contractor, if you are a professional, then 10% TDS is there. But in
Yeah.
case of some professionals, they said okay, we have a lower income, we so you can't deduct much TDS, or they
Mm.
have government has given some schemes. So this
Oh.
10% is applicable to all professional, but those other professionals who are come under that scheme na, so you don't have to deduct 10% TDS, then you have to deduct 1%, 2%, whatever the prescribed rate
Actually,
will be.
my deduction is 6%. Instead of 10%. So I have submit the lower deduction certificate for 3 crores. If I got the 3 crores, then our automatic deduct the 10%. If my income is 3 crore in a year below, then deduction is 6%.
Yes. Navinji, you are working as a professional engineer.
I
Uh,
am working as a professional, ma'am. Actually, I have look after the project office side.
But you are
तो
salary
मेरा जो
person,
कम
na, Naveen ji.
आई एम द
You are
सैलरी,
salary
हाँ आई एम
person.
द एम्प्लॉय ऑफ कंपनी.
okay,
तो
you are
क्या
not
होता है
an
ना,
employee.
एक्चुअली आई एम द एम्प्लॉय ऑफ कंपनी. बट एक्चुअली रीजन इज डैट कि मैं ही लुक आफ्टर करता हूँ. कभी कभी क्या होता है कि साइट ऑफिस में मैं ही लुक आफ्टर करता हूँ ये सब चीजें सब. बट इम्प्लीमेशन तो हमारा हेड ऑफिस से ही होता है, बट मैं देखता हूँ तो थोड़ा समझने की कोशिश करता हूँ कि क्या है. तो
But then you have your own practice. So you have own license,
नो,
certificate of
या
practice also.
my company has on license. He is hired also many of CA. And actually
Okay,
our
so from your company behalf, you are working with you are working with government
हाँ हाँ,
projects.
Yes.
या
I like
आई एम वर्किंग.
site in charge in Rajasthan. So Naveen ji need to quorum fulfill regarding
So
Rajasthan government.
So they are paying check of 3 crores of with in favor of your name or your company name.
कंपनी ने मैम, मैं तो एम्प्लॉय हूँ उसका. मेरे को थोड़ी दे.
Oh,
मैं तो उनको बिहाफ कंपनी के बिहाफ पे काम करता हूँ. एंड आवर प्रोजेक्ट वर्किंग इज ऑल ओवर द इंडिया. इन राइट नाउ पुणे इज आल्सो, पुणे मेट्रो इज आल्सो वर्किंग नाउ. तो वहां पे भी मेरी कंपनी काम कर रही है. तो
okay.
क्या
Do
होता है
you know
सर?
the
हाँ,
turnover of your company? Sale
नहीं
total
ना,
sales.
200-300 करोड़ होंगे
Okay,
मे बी. बट आई एम नॉट श्योर.
okay.
टू 200 करोड़ तो नॉर्मल है अकॉर्डिंग टू माई नॉलेज.
Because Naveen ji, you are expend only site work maximum time.
बीच में।
But your
हाँ
company head office is Delhi, na?
सब जगह दिल्ली में है, जयपुर में है, मुंबई में है।
No, but head office, corporate office.
Our corporate office is जयपुर और
Jaipur.
ब्रांच ऑफिस हाँ जयपुर में है कॉर्पोरेट ऑफिस, वहीं से चलता है सब। चलिए सब ठीक है, टाइम
Yes.
ओवर हो गया है, अब मेरे को
Thank
भी
you,
अब
ma'am.
चाय बनाना। थैंक यू।
Yes,
Please try
thank you
to join,
everyone.
ma'am,
Thank
every
you,
day.
Naveen ji. Thank you,
Yes,
Pankaj ji.
ma'am.
Yes.
Because all we are learner, so we need to practice every day.
Yes, sure. Yes,
या
practice is important.
प्रैक्टिस मेक परफेक्ट।
Yes, yes.
और हम लोग इंडियन है तो कहीं भी झंडा गाड़ सकते हैं, इंडियन के
Yes.
पास दिमाग बहुत ज्यादा होता है। लर्न अलोन।
Yes.
अब बताइए, मेरे को कुछ पता नहीं है लेकिन मैंने पता है ना कि क्या क्या कट रहा है, लेबर चार्जेस क्या है, ये क्या है,
हाँ, हाँ,
एसजीएसटी कैसे है, जीएसटी कैसे
That's
लगता है।
that's called experience, Naveen ji.
But
yes.
I have not related to work of this way. Actually, I have look after the all expenditure in our office और प्रोजेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस, प्रोजेक्ट इनकम, यही मैं देखते रहता हूँ क्या है, क्या आ रहा है और क्या जा रहा
Yes, you are admin staff, so you have little idea regarding accounting.
है। अब तो टैली प्राइम भी सिखा दिया उसने, बोलो ऐसे इंटर करना है, वैसे करना है, ऐसे मंथली चेक करना है। ठीक है भाई, तो करा दे यार, क्या ठीक है। ओके सर।
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay, we will
sure.
meet Naveen ji tomorrow. Thank
ओके,
you, ma'am.
थैंक यू
Yes,
वेरी
Bye,
मच
bye.
bye.
मैम, सॉरी
Bye.
बाय।
Bye. Bye.